I received the small package in the mail. Let's see what I got. It's a soldering iron. Interesting. What type of soldering iron is this? I've never seen a soldering iron like this before. Let's check it out. Let's open it up. Package is still sealed, as you can see. Okay. Comes with a little cord. Here's the iron. And the tip just plugs in like that. And we have to give it between 12 and 24 volts. So you supply your own power supply for this little unit. So let's just let's plug it in. Uses a standard barrel connector, and I guess this would plug into a power supply. I happen to have a power supply. I have several power supplies here, so let me just go and dig up a power supply. It's going to need a few amps. So this is 65 watts is what this unit will draw. It's got a nice tip on here. This actually could be quite a nice iron, actually. Let me dig up my power supply. Even comes with an anti-static bag at that. Even comes with a little holder with a little cleaner block that you would, a little sponge. You flip that up like that, and your iron can sit just like that on your bench. Actually, it's not bad. A little cleaner tip. Once you put water on here, this will fill up or foam up. It's a cleaning pad. I usually use the ones with the brass, like brass steel wool, brass. What I use. Oh, and it is polarity sensitive. You see this side's marked with a plus. So I've got the positive lead on the white and the negative lead on the black. If you get the polarity wrong, it's just not going to do anything. So set up the polarity, turn on the power, and we should get something on the display. There we go. Press. Wants me to push this button. 25 Celsius. There you go. Now it's heating up. I wonder if we can change the... Oh, there's instructions here too, it looks like. Looks like there's some instructions. Some stickers. There, it's at 300 degrees Celsius now. So that heated up pretty darn quick, actually. Let's just see if it's melting the solder, which it is. That was amazing how fast that thing heated up. Cool. I like the tip already. You know, I can see things that I'll be using this for because it's got such a fine tip to it. The instruction manual, tighten down this set screw here to prevent the iron from being removed from the handle. Comes with a couple spare screws as well. What else to tell us on here? So it's got an OLED screen. Nice and clear, very easy to read that's for sure. It's got a USB port, really? I didn't see a USB port on here. It says micro USB port. Where is the, oh, there's a micro USB port right there. I wonder what that's for. Is that for updating software? I don't know, but it has a micro USB port. And 65 watts, it'll go between 100 and 400 degrees Celsius. here's our power consumption. 12 volts will give you 17 watts maximum. 16 volts would give you 30 watts. A 19 volt supply, like a computer power supply, would give you 40 watts. And if you give it 24 volts, which is what I'm at 23.8. But there, now I'm at 24. 24 volts will give you a full 65 watts. And it says time to heat up is only 11 seconds. It was fast. And you can adjust the temperature between 1 and 400. Now, will it do Fahrenheit as well, or just Celsius? I know the world's on Celsius, but I still think of temperature in Fahrenheit. Heating up. Press the button A and the standby mode will heat up. It says when the OLED display picture shows you the temperature like that, it's ready to solder. And if you press both buttons together, it'll go to standby mode. So if we press down both buttons together, it's now gone to standby. It tells you which button to press to get out of standby. It says in standby mode, pressing button A will enter preset temperature, and then temperature down. If you press and hold button A for 2 seconds, it will display the temperature, take it down, and press button B to take the temperature up. It says release button A when it reads the temperature you want, etc. for button B. So that's pretty simple. What else does it do here? It says when the screen displays an arrow pointing left and right, it means your temperature has been reached. It's upper or lower. So it says when the temperature is stable for 60 seconds, it'll enter feedback mode and it will check the status every 5 to 8 seconds. Sleep mode. So in operation mode, if you leave it for more than 180 seconds, which is 3 minutes, it'll trigger sleep mode and the temperature will adjust to the preset sleep temperature. It says when working, it will restart to operation mode and temperature will automatically heat up to the preset temperature. It says that in sleep mode, if it's not being operated for longer than the idle time, which is 6 minutes, it'll go into standby mode. I'm assuming that means it's going to shut down. So here we go. So in standby mode, it's going to drop down to 200 degrees. And you can set it between 100 and 400. Working temperature between 100 and 400. Work time anywhere from 60 to 9,999 seconds. Idle time anywhere from 300 to 9,999 seconds. And it says, oh, temperature, how long flag, temperature unit selection. So you can select Fahrenheit. It'll tell you if the voltage is too high. So if I were to turn this up beyond 24 volts, it should say too high. High voltage at 28 volts. It says the voltage is too high. 25, it's fine. Where does it kick in? Let's see here. 27 volts now. And there we go. 28 volts, it's too high. If I drop it down to 27, it's fine. So now we know. So, but it's designed to say for 24 volts. And what else? You can plug it into your computer, it looks like. And you can open a config text file. So you can configure it from your computer. That's what the USB is for. I don't think we'll be dealing with that, but let's see how I can change this temperature. Okay, let's calibrate it. It's sitting at room temperature now, so I press the B button. And it's saying 32 degrees. So if I press and hold, calibrate V, which means it's done. It's now detecting the temperature, which is about right. It's around 25, I think, in here right now. and showing 27. Yeah, that's about right, because that's what my other thermometer on the wall is showing. That's how warm it is in here right now. It's pretty warm. Now to turn it back on, I'm just trying to figure out how to get this thing into Fahrenheit mode. It would be nice to be able to do that. Double click, factory reset. Temperature, Celsius. Temperature, Fahrenheit. Now what do I do here to change this? Do I press and hold both buttons together, I'm thinking? Ah, there we go. Now it's in Fahrenheit. So you press both buttons. The manual's no use for that. Okay, now I'm in Fahrenheit, so when I tap the A button to turn it on, it should heat up and show me the temperature in Fahrenheit. Look at how quick this thing heats up. That is amazing how fast this thing gets up to temperature. Looks like it's sitting at 572 Fahrenheit right now. If I want to increase the temperature, just press and hold A, and then I can take it up to, say, 700, which is typically where I will solder at, about 700 degrees. There we go. And then it should return, and now it'll heat up. There we go. Very good. Like it. Okay, there it is. Basic little soldering iron. Link is in the description. And then to put this thing back to sleep, we just press both buttons, and that'll shut it down. It'll shut down on its own, but if you want to shut it down so you're not burning up your tip. If I remove the power, what happens? Does it stay in Fahrenheit or does it go back to Celsius? Let's see here. It stays in Fahrenheit. Excellent. So there we go. That's it. Probably carried on a lot longer than I needed to. Link to this little soldering iron is in the description. I think this is a winner. Doesn't come with its own power supply, but hey, a 24 volt power supply is pretty easy to find, or even a 19 volt computer power supply. Everybody's got one of those kicking around, right? It's easy enough to come up with a power supply for something like this. Thanks for watching. Link is in the description.